I'm Ben Shapiro, and this is Right Hook. Last week, Laura Ingraham and George Will had a fascinating conversation in the green room of ABC's This Week. The Tea Party, Ingraham said, doesn't have the great strength that the old media believe. Will disagreed slightly, stating it's too soon to say that. Ingraham's right, and Will is dead wrong. Mitt Romney's victory proves it. Romney's no conservative. His record isn't conservative. His rhetoric isn't conservative. His unwillingness to embrace the Tea Party is not conservative. His nomination proves that moderate to liberal forces inside the Republican Party and a large group of conservatives who have been wooed to back Romney based on the bizarre notion that he is the most electable now control the direction of conservatism in the country. As a committed Tea Partier, it breaks my heart to say this. We've lost our direction. Sure, we flexed our muscle in 2010 when we elected the largest class of new Congress members since 1948. We handed a fantastic opportunity to great Americans like Allen West and Marco Rubio. We struck fear into the hearts of the media. Hell, they were so scared they were pulling out the old racist card. And then we were betrayed. We were betrayed by our own members of Congress, who proceeded to cave on the budget battle to avoid the dreaded government shutdown, a shutdown that would impact virtually nobody except those on government benefits. And they caved on the debt ceiling too. Apparently $15 trillion just isn't enough. And what did our legislators get in return for betraying us? They achieved a $352 million cut to the 2010 baseline budget. That's about 0.009% of the 2010 budget, just in case you're wondering. And we were promised cuts of $7 billion in the 2012 budget authority, or about 0.2%. This wasn't a drop in the bucket, it's a molecule in the ocean. The establishment treated us like Old Yeller. They loved us while we were hunting for them. As soon as we stopped being useful, they took us out back with a shotgun. So, what should the Tea Party do next? Well, we should take a lesson from the real Tea Partiers. When they dumped chests of tea into the water of Boston Harbor, they didn't stop there. They ended up forming up into small bands of Minutemen. Those Minutemen drilled to fight the British. Most of the Minutemen had to equip themselves. They didn't have uniforms. They used old weapons. Rapid mobilization was their byword. They were known as the Minutemen because they were supposedly ready in a minute. It's time to move beyond the Tea Party. We've had our party. We've dumped our tea in the harbor. The forces of big government and big media fought back. Now's the time to get active. Now is the time to become Minutemen. And one day, God willing, a continental army of soldiers ready to fight. Whenever we see a violation of conservative principles by anybody, Democrat or Republican, we must strike as hard and as fast as possible. We must not be bound by personal loyalty to candidates, but by loyalty to the principles of our founding fathers. It's our job to hold our elected officials' feet to the fire. Milton Friedman once said, "It's nice to elect the right people, but that isn't the way you solve things. The way you solve things is by making it politically profitable for the wrong people to do the right thing." That's our job. And now's the time for us to answer the call. To help us make more messages like this, please visit declarationentertainment.com and become a citizen producer today. I'm Ben Shapiro, and this is Right Hook.